Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Summer Term 2020 and to your geography lessons. Now, for some of you, this will be a bit weird because I'm obviously not your regular geography teacher, but I'm sure your regular geography teacher has been in contact with you and explained what's going on. This term, you're going to study your second GCSE geography topic, which is called the Challenge of Resource Management. And what's going to happen is I will be planning these lessons for the third form. And so the resources that your teachers share with you will have come from me. I'll be adding videos, but I'm sure your teachers as well will be running live lessons. They'll be doing their own videos, etc., etc. Now, on the lesson that you should have been set for this, your first lesson, there should be a whole series of resources. They'll all start with the number 1 because, of course, this is our first lesson. And it's really important that you have all of those open as separate tabs across your computer browser. So if you haven't got those resources downloaded, there should be this video and I think 3 other documents. Then just pause the video now and make sure those other 3 documents are there ready to go. Hopefully you've got those there. And the first one on the list was the specification. And I just want us to have a quick look through what the specification is. This is the list that the exam board has put together to tell you what you need to know. So everything that's on this list that we're about to look at could come up in your final exam in a couple of years' time. And this is what it should look like. So here is the specification. You can see here which section we're in, the Challenge of Resource Management. And hopefully you've created a copy of this for yourself. And you can see that the specification is split up into 4 main chunks. And we're going to start obviously at the beginning here, and we're going to look at 3 key resources. We're going to look at food, we're going to look at water, and we're going to look at energy. So those are the first things we're going to look at: food, water, and energy. 3 things which are vital to human life, and 3 things that are not evenly spread around our planet. And that can cause lots of issues. If you don't have enough food, if you don't have access to water, or if perhaps you're using the wrong kind of energy, if perhaps you're relying on fossil fuels, which are heavily polluting. So that's the first thing we're going to look at: food, water, and energy. The second point of the specification wants us then to focus on the UK. So it brings it really close to home. Again, you can see the 3 things keep coming up: food, water, and energy. But this is a focus on the UK. And then we're going to focus on energy in more detail. Okay, so we're going to look at a lot of stuff to do with energy, including at the end here, how we can make energy more sustainable. You can see throughout here there are various examples, case studies that we need to look at. And this point, when we finish this, we will certainly be at the end of term. This might roll over into September, but hopefully we're going to get everything wrapped up before we break up for the summer. So at the top here, this is what the first lesson is going to be about. So what I want us to do now is to go back and have a look at the other resources. You can see that one of them is a Google Doc with a whole series of activities, questions that I want you to work through. It'll tell you, all the instructions are on there, so it'll tell you exactly what you need to do. The last resource that you've downloaded is a PDF copy of the section of the textbook that we use. And you'll get a textbook in September, but you can access that online. So very simply, this lesson, once you finish watching this video, I want you to start working your way through that Google Doc, read the relevant sections, do the research it asks, answer the questions that it asks you to answer. You can do it all on that document. So obviously you can make gaps smaller, make it bigger. If you want to, you can print it off and handwrite it and then put it in your file. It's entirely up to you. If you have any questions as you go through the work, then please contact your teacher who will be online during your lessons. And every lesson, there'll be a new set of resources for you to do. I hope you enjoy the course. It's a really interesting one. Lots of it you will have covered before. Some of it you will have covered in science, for example, when we look at renewable energy. So there's lots of crossover here for you. So it's a nice one for us to work through when you're at home during the lockdown. So I hope you're all well. I hope your families are well as also. And if you have any questions, do get in touch with your teacher. But for now, second document, Google Doc, start working your way through it. Enjoy, and hopefully we will see you all very soon.